minutia.
Yeah, where we really laboriously button buttons and then
And dance.
and sort of wiggle. It can be called a dance. It's more of a wiggle than a dance. Good afternoon. Welcome to part 2 of our live stream today for Rare Finds and Oddities. Thank you so much to those of you who have made an order in the last day or days. I'm Willow.
I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you all. And yeah, we're Rare Finds and Oddities Day 1, live stream number 2. So
We're almost to the halfway mark.
And if you're new to Rare Finds, we'll just repeat it again. If anybody tuning in, we have Rare Finds and Oddities. This is a 2-day event where we sell you things that we don't normally sell off the rack. That can include prototypes, any special customs, things like I'm wearing that have the patches pre-sewn on, which normally we don't sell off the shelves. And what are oddities?
Oddities are things that have a slight ding, or they have a little hole. Sometimes when there's a machine that marks buttons, and it makes a little drill hole, and sometimes it makes it in slightly the wrong spot. And then the whole batch is kind of not quite right. So those are oddities. They are slightly dinged up, but not very usable, very practical. And most of the time those little dings can be fixed, or they're so small you may not even care about them or notice them. But we certainly can't sell them as a product on a regular batch.
Yeah, awesome. And I know a lot of the things have already sold out pretty quick. So if you're not involved with Rare Finds so far or Discord, then know that things sell sometimes within the same minute that they're launched.
Yes.
It
It's
is
a good snap. My snap is much thinner. It's much. Sounds.
It's all that
yeah.
gaming. It just
It
strengthens
sounds
the
good.
fingers.
I like it.
Yeah, it's quite a spectacle. This is my first Rare Finds, being on the team
Yes.
and seeing the community come together. Like, because it's not just a customer base, it's a community that we forged. Just see them all come together and support each other and keep each other updated.
Hey,
on
there's a
certain
35
things.
in your, blah 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 in your size. Or
It's so fun. It's really great.
yeah. The very first time we ever did it, it was pretty like we were like, this could be fun, and we did it. We were surprised at like how much conversation it developed. And how like it would work. It was really and it really was an event because for our online little Discord channel where we encourage you to visit us if you like nerds who talk about stuff. It's a good group. Thank you to our mods. Tim T and Woog are our mods. They've been with us for more than a year now, both of them. Tim has been here for like 4 years, I want to say at least. Maybe longer. I'm not good with numbers, but he's been our mod for a long time, and we greatly appreciate him. And Emily slightly more recently, but still more than you. Thank you, mods. You're awesome.
And our Discord community is great too. Just to push it a little bit, I know a lot of people in our first live stream were asking about the marketplace. We do host a marketplace there as well, where folks can resell their Volante gear or maybe you're really just trying to spruce up your closet, looking for the next thing
or whatever.
You could sell it to somebody else, and it's a nice place we can verify that it is one of ours. It's not a knockoff. Something of that sort. Of course, the transactions happen person to person, but it can kind of all live in the ecosystem that's Volante.
We welcome your questions. We're happy to show things that are there, that are here, that are still available or not. And yeah, we're going to be on live for about an hour, give or take. And you're really welcome to ask us anything. I don't think there's much that's like off limits. We'll just tell you.
We'll tell you if there is. So sweet. I'd say we.
Do you still have Thanksgiving leftovers, or you're done?
I did not get leftovers this year. I'm kind of a little sad. My husband and I are non-confrontational, so the moment we weren't offered them, we didn't ask for them.
I understand. So,
how about you?
I have one Tupperware of turkey left, and nothing else to go with it. Just old turkey.
Sometimes you buy a couple extra things, make a sandwich.
No, you're right. There are lots of good ways to use it. I'm just like, I've eaten it for like
multiple meals.
A few days in a row. It was a very large turkey that we ended up with this year. And yeah. All the pie is gone. in this case. But it's definitely, it could be an Emily prototype. But yeah, so we have a Dorian.
This one is fun. I think this one
Oh,
might be
this is
sold.
the last of its kind.
This
Is
is-
it sold? That's good.
The absolute last of its kind. It's a 37 assassin recruit with sleeve holes.
Oh,
This is the second sleeve holes of the day, they say.
Sleeve holes.
Oh, it might be a hole.
That has a hole
Say
somewhere.
Sleeve hole. Oh, there is this hole.
There's a hole in the sleeve, not a permanent,
Not a permanent.
not an intended sleeve hole. I don't even see it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's minute. So this is what, just to be clear, our QC process is pretty thorough. This would be considered a defect. Do you see that?
I don't see that,
Do you see
Maybe that's a testament.
no. Okay,
Okay, so like you can see it like right up here.
if I'm looking for
How
it.
many of your of people are like here at your?
Yeah.
So if people are looking for it and they're also up in your armpit, they will see this hole. But chances are pretty slim that anyone will notice this. So.
And with the Assassin's Creed line ending, it is truly a rare find because
It
these
is,
will
it
no
is.
longer exist ever.
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 Oh, this is a good looking AH4. Why are you going away? What's wrong with you?
I think that's the thin stitching.
Top stitching is slightly thin. Oh, that's cool.
So literally nothing, if we want to put like air quotes around wrong with it. Like there's nothing defective about it. It's just different and therefore it is not
Yeah, it
something
doesn't match
we
the
would sell.
whole set.
Mhm.
Nice.
And this is one of the newer colors too.
Yeah,
This
this
is one of
is
the
newer color,
newest.
and it's waterproof. And I don't know if you've noticed, people, these are so soft on the inside. I have one at home in the teal color, in the reactor core color, and yeah, it's so cozy on the inside.
Someone asked, any desire to make an entire Moon Knight run?
Oh, that one vest has really made everybody super excited.
An entire Moon Knight run? No, not really. I feel like, not because we wouldn't want to, I think so when we look at a new product, we always sort of look at our collection and say, what else is there that's like this? It certainly is unique. I wouldn't be against making a floor-length vest. That I would be totally down for. I don't know, maybe it's worth considering, but I don't make those decisions. That's David Volantek's decision. So I do some fabric choosing, I do some color choosing. I help the process along, but ultimately what gets made, well, it's not as straightforward as he does it or I do it, but yeah, there has to be buy-in from multiple people.
They were asking for a size on the Dorian vest,
It's a 41. Currently, that's the size that David has made his
And-
prototype.
he also asked any other men's vests that you
Oh,
see
yeah.
on the
Yes.
rack there? Yeah,
Yes,
there's
there
one.
are.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That general. That vest. So
Oh,
this is
this
another
is
one
cool.
too. Oh, we got
Oh, same vest.
same vest, different.
So
material.
originally we made the smuggler in this really high quality faux leather. It is like, this is like, you could go motorcycling in this, but then don't sue us if you kill yourself. Because we've never claimed to be motorcycle gear, but this is heavy duty. Like, I think you could very comfortably go paintballing and have zero impact issues. But then you may be able to clean this pretty easily. Maybe that's the solution. No. It was the first prototype. We decided not to make it in this fabric. It's pretty cool. It's kind of a unique one as well. Also 41.
Someone asked about that one earlier too, if it fits snug or if it fits like another 41. Like say a 41 like this, if this were a 41,
Yeah.
would it fit snugger than that?
I would have to try it on 41 to really know. My sense is that it wouldn't because it looks, I mean, it's not got any give. Don't get us wrong in that regard. It does not have any give.
But most of our sizing stays pretty standard,
I would
especially
say
between
it's
like
probably
vest to
fairly
vest.
true to
Yeah.
size, but we get that information usually by watching lots of people try it on, and if they are usually the size 39 and then it seems tight on them, then we go, it must be the product because they're clearly not shrinking and expanding. At least that's the conclusion we tend to draw. If you have any other ideas, hypotheses, I'm up for them. Ooh.
I don't know if you want to talk about these. We have a few of these that are brand new.
These are brand new, and they are, the original prototype for the Windrunner product that we are not selling. So we made some Windrunner products for basically for our friends at Brando SandoCon, Dragon Steel 2024, which is happening in a week. Or this weekend, yeah. So you can look for a very well-dressed group of Windrunners at that con if you happen to be there. We are huge Brando Sando nerds, so if you know them, call us. We would love to make some partnered stuff with them. And this is our guerrilla marketing bid to be there in their faces, more or less. And this is one of the prototypes.
Yeah.
So this wasn't the final design we went with. We changed it a little bit. It has a lot of the same elements, and it's just a very elegant, streamlined vest. This one is a 45.
And people ask all the time, like, what's the newest thing you've made, or the newest? This is literally off the sewing machine, like within the past 2 weeks, not even. So.
Right. No, we've been sewing
absolutely.
these down to the deadline to get them to the con. Yeah. There will be photos of those. We hope to share them. Woog is one of the captains, so that'll be fun.
What size was that one you were just holding?
That was a 45.
45.
Is there anything you're like saving you want for Cyber Monday / the holiday weekend? Did you buy anything?
Did I
Deep
buy
on
anything?
discount or otherwise?
Ooh. From here or from anywhere?
Oh, from anywhere.
From anywhere? I bought a bed frame.
A bed frame.
A bed frame because
You're
at
too old to get off
32
the
years
floor.
old, I'm too old to get off the box spring and the mattress off the floor.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I think it's time.
It's time. It's time for a bed frame.
Yeah. It's time for a bed frame.
I'm grown up. I want a bed frame.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How about you?
Did I buy anything? I bought some really boring things. Like, I bought some new underwear for myself and my kids. I didn't, but I didn't buy much.
Yeah, not this time. Declutter.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I bought some really practical things like underwear. Yeah. I bought a compost bin. Woo! I'm sure everyone's like, woo! A compost bin.
I think that's also a symptom of being in your 30s.
Yeah.
I've learned at 32 now, I'm like, everything starts getting a lot more practical, and it's like you get excited about like, ooh, new trash bin, the lever with the foot.
Yeah. I think like it is my birthday over Black Friday weekend usually, and so I get all these things, and so then I don't somehow that like I often get nice gifts from my family. I'm really lucky. I have lovely family members, and so then I don't feel the
impulse.
the urge so much because I have kind of just gotten some things. I did buy something before Black Friday, which might have been cheaper if I had waited, which is a under-desk hamster wheel, treadmill. It's not a hamster wheel.
That's a new.
It's just what it feels like when you're like going on the wheel and you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanna be able to walk and work.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Someone asked, would David ever consider making a line of workshop jackets?
What's a workshop jacket? Like a
Probably gamers workshop, maybe? Tabletop?
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you define?
Send
as
an
a workshop?
example.
Elaborate, and we will.
Because I think workshop like Carhartt or something like
Yeah.
wood shop or metal
In
shop or something.
in that case, he has made one, and it is the Rebel 2, and it is underappreciated. It is a really great work shirt kind of style, and there's one that's waxed cotton and one that's regular cotton, and they're really beautiful. I don't think enough people have noticed them yet. Yeah, because they're kind of work shirt like.
Yeah, absolutely. They kind of give you that rugged feeling, but like it looks pretty badass though.
Yeah.
It's not just like a plain. None of that.
None of that plain Jane. No.
Plain stuff.
Love to hear what people are doing. Are they at work? Are they at home? What do you do at work? Tell us who you are. I'm sure I can read it in the Discord afterwards, but
Are you sneaking in the back closet while you're watching this? You
yeah,
can
right.
try
Are
to
you
snack
on
something?
in the bathroom, like waiting to go back so that you don't have to mute your whatever, your phone? Yeah. I know that when there's a drop of anything Sailor Moon, Emily, our production, our operations director, is Sailor Moon obsessed. but she's always got her little alarm like, I need to take my lunch early because there's a Sailor Moon lipstick collection and it's dropping at da 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 da. And I'm like,
Great.
yep,
Everyone's got their thing.
absolutely. Your thing is largely Final Fantasy 14.
Largely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't even hide it in any way, shape, or form. Even my family.
Why would you
certainly
try?
I want to try.
You would.
That's
Okay.
fair.
Yeah.
We have some responses to your question.
Yeah.
Someone said, I work from home, so refreshing every 2 hours. Another said, I'm at work, I clean cars, and we just finished the last one we had scheduled today. So in between with a few minutes to catch his breath.
Cool.
Nice.
Thanks for sharing. It's
Yeah.
lovely to like picture you out there in the world.
And thanks for spending your time with us.
Yeah.
It makes us feel good too that y'all care.
Someone said they're in class, they got us on in the background muted.
Fair.
Funny.
Fair.
You're such a bad student.
I was gonna say prioritize education.
Yeah.
But we're happy you're here either way.
Yeah. What?
That is just funny when
Yeah,
she
yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab a piece that is keeps haunting me until we talk about it.
Oh, this. I think we're gonna give these away.
What was the
The
mindset?
story was. Gosh. Well, so this is the Augment blazer.
Mhm.
It was sort of roughly based on Become Human. What's the first part of that game? Detroit. Become Human.
The wild Dave Vellante appears.
A wild David Vellante to finish my sentences. What would I do without him? And we made it in Gilded Carbon, which looked really hot and sold pretty well. We made it in Android Blue, which did quite well, especially in the men's. And then we decided to do something adventurous. We'd never done anything in camo. This is digital navy camo, which I guess there was I don't remember the story of why this was chosen precisely, but sometimes you gotta try something new. That's the broad. And we found that a lot of our customers were not, either they'd been in the Navy and they had really bad associations with this camo, or somebody they knew was and they didn't want to send that message, or anyway, it's been an adventure. Some people look great in it. Every once in a while someone comes along. Our production manager at the time, Coco, really championed this color. She was like, we gotta do this. So I love it. It looked sweet on her. She had a vest and a blazer, and she could totally pull it off. She was really into camo at the time. She was wearing a lot of other camo, and it looked great. So occasionally it really works for someone, but that seems to be harder to find than the other colors for whatever reason. Yeah.
We got a question. Has David ever designed shoes or boots? Any chance you'll ever make something like how Varillis does?
Yes. So I've designed shoes and boots. And David has designed characters with shoes and boots, but I'm not sure if he was paying attention to the shoes and boots as a product. You'd have to ask him that question. He will be on live stream tomorrow, so you will get to talk to him. I have been a shoe and boot lover for a long time, and I like some of Varillis' designs. I've heard mixed things about their quality. I don't want to poo-poo anybody else. And the short answer is yes, we would really like to be able to offer a whole outfit. We're not going to get into socks and underwear, so you can keep buying those from wherever you buy them. But every other part of your wardrobe, we would really like to conquer, I guess. Yeah. To put it in
Their colors. They're the Initiate, and this one's in 39M, so it isn't officially licensed. Yes, officially licensed Assassin's Creed hoodie with, of course, the
pointed beak.
The pointed
Yes.
beak hood as usual here.
Nice. Yeah, these are great. This is actually a military grade ripstop. So it's all cotton, it's super breathable, and it's like, we designed it so you can do parkour in it if you can do parkour. I cannot do parkour, but of course, everyone in Assassin's Creed can do parkour, so you should be able to do parkour in this jacket, and I have to say parkour at least one more time.
Parkour, parkour, parkour. And if you can, take a video of Santa.
Please take a video because we want to see that.
We had somebody recently send us a video of them like doing all these stunt moves, almost parkour, in oh gosh, which jacket was it?
The Virgil.
A Virgil,
Yeah.
and it was
It was
very
sweet.
badass.
Yeah.
So
I think we should
definitely
reach out to that dude and see if he wants to do parkour. This is another odd, rare find, lost soul. These are from our Middle Earth collection. This is one of the Elven, I don't remember the exact title it got. It's a little wrinkly now, but it is a waterproof jacket. And these shapes were sort of designed to look a little bit leaf-like, but very elegant and sharp. The back is a little bit asymmetrical as well. It's a design that we haven't seen in quite a while. And there's only one or two of these left. So, kind of coming up.
Someone asked, would you mind showing off the Mirror Universe jackets?
Yes, where are those? They got housed somewhere else.
I think there's one there, yeah.
There is
Oh, there's one?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So these are a happy accident that kind of happened. It happened a month ago, 2 months ago. We got 24 coats backwards, and they're perfectly pristine in every way, except that they are technically backwards. And well, they're not technically backwards. They're super backwards. I happen to think it looks kind of good.
Yeah.
But it is not anything to do with this name here in the collar, which will be stricken through before it gets shipped to you. So this is not a licensed product. This is a Mirror Universe oopsie between you and I. Yeah. Black, red, kind of classic. If you like a certain franchise that takes place in space, this is kind of one of those collector items that I think it's the kind of mess up that like is a golden opportunity to have something really unique and fun.
Quite literally
Like
the
the-
only time.
Like the Danger helmet that says Spock on it, because that I don't know if people are into the franchise of, but Star Trek has authorized some really busted things that then go onto eBay and sell for like lots of money because there's like, you know, there was only like 30 of this or 100 of this. This to me feels like a harkening back to that kind of. This is not a Star Trek product, and they're great jackets. I mean, you could wear this as a regular old jacket and nobody would look twice, at least at the. Anyway, I love that we made these backwards jackets, and I wish that we could sell them officially, but we cannot. So there will be no more Mirror Universe jackets. If you want the Mirror Universe, you will have to take the moment now.
Someone asked, masks left over from this drop? I don't think we have any.
Gosh, no. We didn't add any this year. But we have been talking about doing a mask, like maybe with a collection, just because it would look great, like a mask that matches a collection. So that a product, this is slightly too small for me, but this is a great jacket. If it was my size, I might take it home. It's the AJ 5. It's a practical little windbreaker.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's so cute, right? It's
So
high
cute.
elastic. It looks good on just about everyone. It gives you a waist, whether you've got
Yeah. And then the cinch wrists are good for
Yeah.
same thing, windy
Right.
conditions or anything, you're not trying to
Yeah,
bunch up.
Yeah, cute. Yeah. Nice to see some older designs.
It is.
Yeah.
And then we have a plethora, which is kind of nice. It's like a nice mix of old and new.
Very nice.
We're talking about Virgins, so I had to pull this one out. This one is literally in pristine condition except for one tiny mess up on the embroidery. So you can't even tell because it's black on black.
Yeah, it's
It
really
doesn't come
small.
to a point.
Oh, okay.
So
It's really like not a problem, but
very not a problem. It's going to be hard to see. However, some of the embroidery is missing, and so this ends up in the rare finds list. So you can get a really good deal on a really badass jacket.
yeah, no, these are fun.
Someone chimed in on that Middle Earth jacket, said it was called the Rivendell jacket,
Thank you.
and
Yes,
they
that
wanted
was
to know
it.
the size as well.
That one is a 39, but there are a few. You can,
Got it.
yeah. Check the spreadsheet. Has this 85.4 gone up yet? Is 84?
Dan might know that better. The AV4, has this vest gone up yet?
before, I believe, is still up.
Nice. It's a really nice little.
Oh,
nice.
nope, sorry, it's gone. The woman's cut, right?
Well,
Enjoy
It's
it.
sold.
I think it looks good with slightly faded black pants. I think you have a lot of good options to wear. Whoever you are.
this one's kind of cool.
This
So
is
one was
another unique one. Yeah.
another prototype that never
Yeah.
saw the light of day outside this jacket.
Yeah.
Zipper instead of buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody can get it with buttons right off the
Yeah.
site
Yeah.
before today, but this one is the only one of its kind with a zipper.
Yeah. Again, this is like, these are so fun. I love to do these one-off pieces.
Yeah. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Moon Knight. Is that
Like
the one that
the
people are
Moon-
going?
yeah.
People are going crazy over it, and you know that you're the only person who will ever own that.
Yeah.
Just right. Suddenly.
Yeah.
We have a few questions. First one is there any desire to make full wool coat jackets in the future,
Other than the Doom coat?
other than the Doom coat?
Okay. It's easier said than done. The desire is definitely there. I think logistics are the hard part. Yeah. I would love to make wool coats. I am into natural fibers generally because I like how they wear. I like how they use over time. I think they're like if they're done right, they're some of the best quality products out there. And they're so expensive. And many people don't see the value between an all-wool jacket versus a polyester jacket versus this jacket. And there are some great blends out there and some great mixed that have the benefits of wool and some of the practicality of other stuff.
And someone asked, anything else for Middle Earth on those racks?
Yeah, there are a few pieces from Middle Earth. There are those jackets. I thought there were other things. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've lied to you.
There's
Getting
Erebor
punched.
shirt and vest here and there. Some
There's-
Lothlorien
Yeah.
dresses, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just not on that rack.
Yeah, speaking of kind of
Oh.
other things, shorter sleeves too.
Yeah,
Pocket
this is-
jacket prototype.
yeah, this one is slightly more orange. And the material is different actually. This is waxed orange canvas, which I didn't realize. This is a good one.
It's definitely unique.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the waxed material just makes it slightly stiffer. Otherwise it shouldn't impact, you probably wouldn't want to put it in the dryer. But yeah, nice. Nice to see that one.
Very nice.
We dickered around quite a bit with the orange. We were like, it can't be cone orange and it can't be pumpkin orange. It has to be like,
Yeah.
no, it has to be like spaceship orange. NASA orange.
Someone said, speaking of Doom Coat, are they almost sold out, and any word on when the pre-orders will ship?
They are shipping at the very end of December, I believe, and we will be fulfilling them in middle January, I want to say, but I'm hesitate to say.
About right.
I might be off by a week or two, but that's about when they're coming.
We're coming in before that
Oh, it's
deadline,
way,
which is
way
fantastic.
before. No, they are coming soon, and I can't wait to see them. And that's a run of 100 that we really are never making again like that. They're super unique. They're quite rare. That wool is totally discontinued. That beautiful green, heavy herringbone wool. It's just not going to be made again ever. So there are I don't know the exact amount that have gone, but you shouldn't wait on that one.
Someone asked, Mirror Universe jackets, do they have the badge pockets?
They do have the badge pocket. I'm not sure if it's on the same side. Let's check that. It's a good question.
Did you know they're only in red?
They are only in
Yeah.
red, yes, and they're only in men's, and they do have a badge pocket. And yeah, they do have a badge pocket.
There's someone flexing, last year's RFO, they got a denim Doom, I guess it was a prototype.
It was a prototype.
Sounds interesting.
It was interesting. Yeah, that was probably the very first prototype, and it just didn't have the same gravitas as it does in wool. And so when we the brand squad, which is what we call ourselves, I know it's goofy. The brand squad got together and looked at it, and they were like, "This is a really great design. There's something about it that's not quite. I don't quite know where
testament to, like, we've talked about prototypes a lot.
Yeah.
But for folks who aren't part of, like, what a prototype means and is, like, that kind of reveals some of the process. Like,
Yeah.
the doom coats are still being made to go out, and sometimes it takes
A
more
year, at
iterations.
least. Yeah, it can really take a long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting question. What is your most ridiculous curvy piece?
Here today,
Probably in general, I
what
would
do you
think.
think is ridiculous? I mean, I think ridiculous, the more ridiculous the better, but maybe I'm most ridiculous.
I think ridiculous is subjective.
Yeah, it's ridiculous or it's ridiculous. I mean, like, what are we saying here?
Is it flashy? Is it like?
I mean, this one is kind of got something going on. I don't know if it's the most ridiculous. It's perhaps the most.
Bold mean?
It's a.
Bold mean would be.
I don't know when we bought this fabric, but I didn't buy this fabric for the Mina. I don't know if we do ridiculous. I think we do. No, I'm not
He
sure.
seemed satisfied
Okay.
with that.
That'll be alright.
That was a good poll.
Yeah.
Bold. I know the After Image Pride vest as well is
It's
like
bold.
very bold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, bold's a good word because it's, I wouldn't say it's ridiculous, but if you want to turn a head, like turn heads,
Yeah.
a lot of our gear turns heads,
Yes.
but that one is like, wham, right in your face.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Someone asked, what's a prototype that you absolutely loved that no one seemed to think was good? So I guess something that we loved that didn't sell quite well.
Or that we never
Maybe
sold.
Or that we never sold.
Never pushed on to the next phase.
I'll go get one, but it's not for sale.
Bonus content.
While she's doing that, I'm going to rummage. Somebody was mentioning vests earlier. This is a 2293 vest in 37M. This was a photo sample, so there's no size tag on it. This is the same as some of the other ones that you get. However, we needed it for photography purposes, and you get a good deal because we needed it in advance of the rest of the run. Speaking of samples, we also have t-shirts. I know most everything we have is going to be jackets and vests. However, we do have at least a handful of these sample shirts that were made for the same purpose, for a bunch of photography. You got there.
This is something that I always thought was really cool. It sort of became, it's vaguely based on, there's a jacket that goes with it that I could not find. It's vaguely based on Luke Skywalker's jacket in the beginning of the one when, right after he's had his hand cut off, the opening scene of the next movie. I'm just terrible with names, but I really do know what I'm talking about.
What you talking about? Names.
Yeah. Well, so some of these flaps went into the Jonin, right? You may recognize some of them, and some of this became the Star Warrior vests. And so like this kind of like created a bunch of different designs, but in itself never kind of went anywhere. So, yeah. And it has these weird flat pockets, and yeah, anyway. And there's a black jacket that goes with it. Oh, these snaps are old, like self-hammer snaps that are hard to close.
Someone asked, what's the closest to a costume/cosplay piece?
Fair question. I think I would have to pull on this guy.
Oh.
I think this Cormac is black and red and lots of buttons, and he's pretty close to the Cormac that you've seen in the game. It's costumey, I would say. So is this guy. Although costumey in a much chiller way, in that, you know, the Strange New Worlds jackets are not as costumey as other, you know, like costumey from a different era. Yeah. That's my answer. You got a different answer?
Yeah. Similar.
Yeah.
You know, our Old Faithful.
Yeah.
Over here. This one is a minor oddity where there is a missing button, I believe.
Yeah, buttonhole.
Where is it?
I think this one has a missing buttonhole. Yeah.
This one has, yes,
Missing
the missing
buttonhole.
buttonhole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
The
very.
red is also a little different, I think, than other reds because it's so bright. It's like it's cherry red. We've often gone for a slightly more muted red.
dropping new batches every other hour. So the first batch started at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, of course, because that's where we're located, and then all the way up through 4 o'clock. So at the end of this live stream will be the last
Drop of the day.
drop of the day.
Could we drop it a little early just to mess around? Cause problems?
We might cause chaos. Chaos might ensue.
Chaos might too. We don't have to. I won't ruin anything. It's just an option. It's just an option. For those of us who are watching, they should get a little bit of extra leeway because they're watching now.
That's true. And if you are watching this in the future for whatever reason, we're also going to be live tomorrow. Willow will not be. Willow is here today with me. However, I will see you with Emily tomorrow at one of the times and David. So if you have any questions for the designer himself, load him up.
Yes, pack them in. Hammer him with difficult questions. Be nice to him.
And Rare Finds ends, so we're gonna let it go until
Wednesday around 9 or 8:30, or we need to set a specific time. Probably 8:30 is good. Let's just say that and stick with it.
and so we kind of have a vault. It seems like it's kind of a vault that opens up for this little
Yeah.
2-day event and then closes back up until the next one should be on
Yep.
our anniversary of April. Right?
Yes, yes. And we also are giving a gift for any order over $500 this weekend. So that will also end at Tuesday at midnight. So if you are looking at a rare find, it gets you close to that mark, you may want to order something additional. Some of the free gifts are stealth kits, talons, vanguard razors. We have a fancy Volante design mug that we would love to send you. There's a range of gifts. We also may put in some rare finds or some oddities that may have been here for a little while. So there's a pretty good range of value to the gift if you decide to go that way.
Absolutely.
And again, that's available until Tuesday at midnight. Tomorrow at midnight.
Tamara. And then the next big thing on our radar too, if we want to talk about that a little bit. We talked about it earlier. Boost boxes.
Great, yeah. Boost
So
boxes
that
are coming.
is coming down the wire. When did we start boost boxes? Was that?
Boost boxes was started in 2021, I want to say. Yeah, we started it because December was kind of like a little bit of a quiet month. We didn't have a ton of new product because we didn't want to make something new right at the end of the year, and it's not the time to start promoting a new thing. So we were like, well, what could we do for people that helps them with their holidays shopping maybe, or helps them through the holiday season? And so we came up with boost boxes. We kind of talked to some of our customers and said, what do you most like about visiting us at con? What do we most like doing at our booth? So we do a lot of styling at our booth. Oh, okay, if you like to wear jeans, you could wear this jacket with them, or you often wear blah blah blah, or you work at a bank. Okay, so you probably are a vest and button-up shirts guy. Let's see if we can find you something that you can wear to show your individuality at work, but still be appropriate for the environment that you're in. So we kind of took that and translated it into boost boxes. Yeah, that's the short version. Or
So you get two questions. One is, will there be pants coming anytime soon?
yes, there will be pants.
Pants
There
are
will
the
be
popular
pants.
topic of the day.
We have put a down payment on pants. We have not yet received the pants, but we have begun the pants work. And it's not just one pair of pants. Well, I will start with one pair. Then there may be another pair.
And question for both of you, what is your favorite jacket?
Ever?
I would assume within our product line, but
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I can go get mine. You want to think about it? I'll be right
I'll
back.
think about it.
oh, he said ever.
Ever. Oof.
My answer's going to have to be the same.
Yeah, I too have to think. That one, though, is absolutely gorgeous.
It's fire. Yeah.
Yeah. This is, of course, if you're a I just don't know the names of anything today. You just shoot me. My brain is so dysfunctional. Based, of course, on Game of Thrones. David did this for me. It's Daenerys.
Is that the
inspired.
Danny jacket?
I just dug it out of the closet this morning because it was bloody cold this morning. Yeah, it's just a little tight on me. It used to fit a little better, but it's cool. I just can't wear a sweater under it. What is this lump? What is this? I think it's my inside pocket all messed up. So yeah, this is my favorite piece.
I don't want to spark irrational conversations, but when?
When I have a viable strategy for women's products.
That's it is gorgeous. I love the,
It's
the
a custom.
floral.
If you are in the diamond tier, you're eligible for this for a custom piece. We can certainly make you one, or your wife. If you are part of the diamond tier, and your partner or somebody in your life needs one, we'd be happy to make you one.
I think mine would be the Tengu. I don't know if I could rock the Tengu.
Have you tried it on?
I haven't yet.
What are you doing?
I know.
Live your dreams.
But it's just it's got enough of that classy and edgy that I really like.
Yeah.
And as I've said a million times, I'm a sucker for red, clearly. So it's like it just has all those things that I
Yeah,
really
and
like.
no, it's a,
And the
it's a
Dorian.
beautiful design.
The Dorian is a nice classy one too. I like that line.
So that like slightly wool. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for wool. I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Someone asked, are you going to come back to San Diego Comic-Con next year? We missed you guys.
Thank you so much. We would love to come to every con all over the country, but we are a pretty small team, as we've probably said before. There are 8 of us, and it takes about 8 of us to run stuff over here on this side of the world, this coast. And we are going to that coast for a couple of cons, but we're not currently planning to go to San Diego. We gave up our spot, which means in 10 years we might get a spot again. Now, it may not take that long, but we will be at Emerald City Comic Con, which is in Seattle. I know it's not quite the same, but it is the correct coast if you're on that side. Where else are we going? That's that way.
Someone
Las
asked
Vegas.
about PAX
STLV,
Unplugged
yeah.
as well.
Star Trek Las Vegas will be there. We are not at PAX Unplugged this year. They wastelisted us, those bastards.
But we love you, Repop. Don't kill us. You glorious bastards.
You bastard. We did, let's be fair, apply pretty late. It's tough for us to do shows right after Black Friday because so much of our inventory is tied up in the Black Friday stuff. Then if we take it all away like 1 week later, it's sort of backbreakingly hard. Retail over Black Friday is intense. We try and make it as kind as possible on our team so that we don't like burn the candle on both ends, and largely we've managed to make it pretty sane, and everybody gets Thanksgiving off, and like, but if we added PAX Unplugged into the mix, we might not manage that, at least not at this scale.
Yeah, it's tough. Like this New York Comic Con being my first con on the Volante team.
Yeah.
It looks so much easier when you're an attendee.
Yeah.
Like I've been an attendee at PAX East many years. It looks simple. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
put up a
you just
booth, you
go.
just put
It's
some clothes.
fun.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy.
It is fun. Like, don't get us
Yes.
wrong, but it's like a lot of work.
A lot of work, a lot of planning, a lot of logistics. It's not just even the same week. You have months of planning and
Yeah.
resources. So
Yeah, it's about a 6-month plan in advance.
Yep.
Will there ever be a more Dishonored themed stuff like the Corvo?
We are planning some Novus expansions in the fall, which I know is like, seems like a long gap, but they are like, it's good fall stuff, so. You'll have to wait, but it is coming, my friend.
please look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was reviewing our schedule with the leadership team this afternoon, and I can tell you about 2 licenses that we don't currently have on our website that we have officially signed with, so that we can probably leak them to you if you don't. I mean, there's nothing to see, so there's nothing to like. But we have signed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Avatar.
The last
So,
Airbender.
we're pretty excited about that. David, we just inherited the rattiest looking Raphael stuffed creature that has ever been seen. If you grew up anywhere near New York, in the 80s and 90s, you have to love the Ninja Turtles. I think it's kind of mandatory. If you are from New York, you grew up in the 80s and 90s, and you do not love the Turtles, please message me. I will have to correct you.
I think even as a 90s kid, like I'm a 90s kid.
Yeah.
I was Michelangelo one year for Halloween. I was obsessed with the Turtles.
Yeah.
There's lots of hype in the chat.
Yeah. An Avatar, I don't know about any of you.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah. No, that would be really fun. And they're a little different for us, which I also think is fun.
And to specify, the last Airbender, because not the blue people Avatar, because I
No.
know there's always that conversation.
No, there will be no hair braid extensions or.
No. That would be a little different.
We
trying
will
to
not
picture
begin
it.
riding the. Anyway.
No. We,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good differentiation.
Yeah.
But it is the whole Avatar catalog, so it's not just Korra or Aang. It's the whole like world of them, which is fun because there's some great designs. I particularly like some of the like Fire Nation and the City Watch designs and the somewhat more military looking ones, of course, from Korra.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some really fun stuff.
I think as long as we have like all 4 elements, that's
Oh, yeah,
like key.
We have to launch them all at once. There's no launching one and then the next.
And then people have to tell us like, what is your nation? Would
Mhm.
you, what bender would you be?
We'll probably start with the
Key.
the pure core. That are like unblended, and then we'll see what goes from there. Sounds
Big
fun.
universe, a big universe
It is,
to,
it's a big-
to get into.
It's a big pond to jump into. Yeah, those are fun.
It's one of my nerdy things too.
It's
is
one of your
Avatar.
core nerdy
My
things.
husband has Avatar inspired tattoos all
Oh,
over
sweet.
it, and that's his thing.
So, what airbender? Or sorry, what bender are you?
Water.
Waterbender.
I like waterbender. I also appreciate the earthbender as well.
Yeah,
Toph is
yeah.
an icon, so
No, she
really
is.
just earthbending, metal bending.
Cool. Yeah, very cool.
How about you?
I don't know. I probably also more in the waterbender, airbender
Mhm.
kind of space.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to say. Hard to commit.
Hard to commit. That's fair.
Commit.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been a fun first day of Rare Finds. It's been so nice to hang out with you guys on the stream, hear a little bit about you and your questions. Thank you for asking such good questions. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, we definitely have items too. I'm eyeballing that rack.
Yeah.
We have another rack off camera.
Yeah.
There's still a lot we haven't shown you either, even in our kind of like
Sporadic
random
pulling, yeah.
pulling out. So there's still a lot that is going to go on the website for just kind of reminder if anybody just jumped in. We're launching batches. Our next one's in 10 minutes. 4 o'clock. And then that'll be it for today. And then tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m., cascading down every other hour until 4, will be new batches every other hour.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very nice. All right, any questions? Any thoughts? No.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up so we can get our next batch up on time and ready. Let's give it. And if you have any other lingering questions, you're welcome to join us in Discord
Mhm.
and ask us in the chat. We are intermittently always kind of available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I check the Discord fairly frequently, so somewhat.
So does David and so do I.
Yeah.
It's not every day the same person, but there's usually someone watching. So
And our Discord community is pretty rad anyways, so
it's true.
they usually can answer your questions sometimes faster than we can, and
True.
it's usually 100% factual. So
Yeah, that's true. They're really on it.
Mhm.
And our mods are fabulous. I think we started there. It's a good place to end. Thank you, mods. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've all recovered well from your holiday weekends, and yeah,
Yeah.
stay badass.